Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, free-to-play video coming tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss this one. I pulled a game changer. Can't wait to show it for you guys. I wish I recorded me opening one. I got an ancient shard. I got a little antsy. I pulled it and bang. Opened up a game changer. Darn, I wish I'd recorded it live for you guys. Anyway, that's coming tomorrow here on the channel. Today, it's time to revise our list of ride or die champions. Champions that I use the most inside the game. Now, the last time I did this about 9 months ago here on the channel, Dark Elhain. I love that thumbnail with Dark Elhain on the cover. Things have changed quite a bit, and that list was legendary heavy. Today, we're going to forget the legendaries, and then once you take away the legendaries, I only actually use 9 non-legendary champions on my teams. That's it. But that's still a big number, at least I think so. So today I want to review the 9 uncommon, rare, and epic champions that I actually use as an endgame player. I figure a list like this could give you guys some ideas on champions that will really serve the test of time. Champions that you can invest in now, even if you're in the beginning of this game, and know that you'll use them even, 2 years from now, because I do, okay? So that is kind of the antithesis behind this video. Let's go ahead and jump into the champions. I'm going to talk about how I have them built and where I use these champions, starting with bye-bye legendaries. But I will give one quick legendary nod though, guys. A champion that I went from really never using to now I use him in 2 areas. Really crucially is, where the heck is he? Why am I always so blind? Ignatius, dude. Yeah, I'm starting with a legendary on a non-legendary list. He's not a part of the list, but dude, I'm using this guy against the Ice Spider, and I'm also using him now inside Ice Golem because I like a nice dependable team and he puts out a ton of damage. Ignatius is one champion that is certainly a more recent legendary game changer for me. Anyway, let's start with Madameceres. She's an obvious one. I do have some new champions on this list as well. Some old champions that I no longer use on the last list. I'll link that video in case you guys want to kind of compare and contrast. But Madameceres, I still use inside the arena. Her and the next champion that we talk about are going to be arena game changers. They're beasts. You guys already know why. I mean, Madameceres, first of all, just she could have made the top babes, huh? She could have made the top sneaky babe here in Madameceres. But in terms of her skill, she's a beast. She has fear on the A1. She has a good CC ability here on the A2 with True Fear, and also an AoE attack, stealing buffs, block debuffs, all kinds of stuff that she's doing, excuse me, on a 3-turn cooldown. But the reason that she's made it back into the meta, at least for me, I had switched to a defensive arena team, especially for my platinum tier arena team. But now I switched back from defense onto fast offense because of Madameceres' AI finally getting fixed. I did an updated guide on Madameceres, which I'll link in the description below for you guys. But oh my god, she now leads with Midnight Ritual on auto, which is so nice to have. She's a brilliant speed farming arena champion, removes all buffs from all enemies, decrease attack, decrease defense on all enemies for 2 turns. They did nerf this, it used to be 3 turns, but it doesn't matter. I'm using her in the arena. So she's a beast. I have her built out with a ton of accuracy. We have Eagle Eye as a tier 6 mastery, getting the extra 50 accuracy there. And then we have a total of, let's see, we have one perception, excuse me, and 2 accuracy sets on this champion. And we have her total stats at 663 accuracy. Honestly, all I care about is her speed being speed tuned for my arena team, and her accuracy being as high as humanly possible. 663 is not bad. We have an accuracy chest on her as well, obviously with the accuracy banner. Madameceres, I only used her in the arena, but boy is she good there. Skytouch Shaman. Dude, I mean, I'm not going to keep referring to the Raid Shadow Legends babes, but surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, so many people in the comments were like, what about Skytouch Shaman? Apparently, you guys have a thing for eagle women. Whatever floats your boat. She has an A1 and AoE attack with a heal on it. One of the better healers in the game. I'm going to probably say this for every champion, but I will link you the guide that I recently did on Skytouch Shaman. She's a beast. Arguably the best healer in the game, at least in terms of sheer heal output. Removes all debuffs, debuffs from all allies, then places revive on death and block damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. I use her in my main arena team. That way I can go right into the hegemon teams. I can go right into the torment teams, not have to worry about anything because I have an immunity set on her. Thus, she's not putting a fear or decreased speed on herself. Instead, she is just staying alive or staying unfrozen, unCC'd, and then removing all debuffs from all allies, so we don't have to worry about, you know, whatever they have on them, freeze or block cooldown skills, whatever that may be. And on top of that, I mean, it's nice to have the block debuffs and the revive on death. That way they won't get debuffs after the fact, right? So I'm removing the freeze, and then I don't have to worry about turn order because they have block debuffs for 2 turns after she removes those debuffs from them, right? That's what makes her so incredible. Immortal Skies is an insane ability for dungeons. I don't use her in dungeons, but if I did, Bloodstained Ritual is a great ability to have as well. Heals all allies except this champion equal to half of the lost HP at every single turn when she does 10% max HP damage to herself. So Skytouch is an excellent champion. We actually went with Timely Intervention as our tier 6 mastery on this champion. I'm a huge fan of Skytouch Shaman. We have, let's see, what do we have here? Crit rate on the gauntlets, we have HP on the chest and speed on the boots. I like putting a little bit of crit rate on her and a tiny bit of crit damage because it helps, right? It helps in the arena. Any extra kind of nukage from secondary or third sources on my team is always a good thing. So that is Skytouch. She is arena build on right now, of course. Let's go ahead and go on to the third Void epic that I use. And in a way, it's kind of 2 champions in one, because I used 2 Maneaters on my unkillable team for Clan Boss. You guys, in case you missed my video with Deadwood Jedi, man, that was a great video, great dude. He knows so much about Clan Boss, it's incredible, great YouTube channel if you want to subscribe to it, but he helped me kind of assemble my 1 key Ultra Nightmare team, and that relies on 2 Maneaters because it's an unkillable Batman. And you know what? I just lied. This whole video is ruined. I forgot Seeker. He's another part of the team. So I use Maneater here. Again, he is speed tuned to 243 on one, and the other one is 266. I think it needs to be higher than 265. So yeah, my Maneaters, I mean, what I'm basically trying to do with these guys is get their crit rate as high as possible because they're not going to die. We don't care about any of their HP or their defense. We just care about, you know, getting get the speed to where it needs to be and then trying to build some crit rate and crit damage on them so they can actually do some damage. They put out a decent amount of damage against the Clan Boss because it's lasting 50 rounds, the fight, right? So I lied to you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about Batman Seeker for a second. Seeker's an incredible champion, guys. He is speed tuned. He is built for a Clan Boss. 99% crit rate, 156 crit damage, 249 on the speed. And again, here, I'm just trying to optimize his damage. In terms of masteries, we have War Master on him as well. We also, it's really important for Clan Boss to have Retribution on these champions, right? Because the 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP on an unkillable team, that's proccing a lot throughout the duration. You're going to see a huge damage bonus when you have Retribution on all of your Clan Boss champions, if you can, you know, get it, if you don't need to go down the accuracy tree. So that is Seeker, so it really is 10 champions, my bad. Next up is going to be one of the new champions, guys. So I am a huge fan of this champion. I think she is a top 3 epic in the game, and I know the meme at this point is Ash says everybody's a top 3 epic in the game. I see you in the comments, guys. But in all sincerity, Hugo really is. Hugo really is. If I had to rank epic champions, just in terms of when I say rank, like it all matters who you have and who you need and what you need and where you're playing in the game, right? But when I say ranking champions, I just mean like in a vacuum, if I could start a brand new account and I could choose champions, that would be my rankings, like who I would pick, overall versatility, endgame viability, all the stuff that we talk about here on the channel. Hugo, who would you pick over Hugo? That's my question to you guys. There's not many champions out there better than Hugo, in my opinion. A leech on the A1, and that's really, really good leech because 35% for 2 turns on the A1. And the chance increases by 5% for each alive enemy. Really solid. Hugo puts out a ton of heals. And then on the A2, a 3-turn cooldown, an AoE, big version of decreased defense. And then we have a 75% chance of putting block buffs for 2 turns. The chance to block buffs increases by 5% for each enemy alive. So we're landing block buffs and decreased defense against dungeon waves with a 100% clip. And even if the wave doesn't have all 5 enemies alive, it's still a 75% plus chance of putting block buffs for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. That's insane. And it's attacking the enemies too. Hugo's Brew, the A3, removes all heal reduction debuffs and then removes 1 random debuff from all allies and then heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. If all the allies are dead, revives them with 50% HP, then fills their turn meter with 50% instead on a 4-turn cooldown. A really solid heal and a debuff stripper on this champion as well. I'll include the guide on Hugo. Has a increased speed and block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn whenever this champion's last living ally is killed. Kind of like a fail-safe last, pull in case of emergencies passive to really just finish out an amazing kit inside the game. One of my favorite champions inside the game. We tried out Oppressor, a mastery as a tier 6 on this champion, and it really worked out well. Go ahead and check out that video in case you guys missed it. But Hugo, such an impressive champion. Great option. Even I run her alongside a Dracomorph as a second debuffer, just because it's nice to have the block buffs on there as well, especially for Doom Tower. So Hugo is definitely a game-changing champion. Man, I wish I had her on my free-to-play account. I would do anything. All right, next up is going to be, I don't use Dark Elhain anymore, even though she's really good. She was a superstar in my first Ride or Die video, but I have to be real with you guys too. I just don't use her anymore. I used her in Ice Golem before, and she's amazing in Ice Golem. Amazing champion overall, but I have replaced her. She was killing the Ice Golem too fast, and that jeopardized me staying alive. So I took her out. I moved her off the team, added like an Ignatius instead, a defense-based champion to actually stay alive. Anyway, going back to Royal Guard, dude. Royal Guard, I can't drop Royal Guard. He's my main damage dealer still, obviously on spiders, and obviously, or maybe not so obviously, I still use him on my Ice Golem team as well. So Royal Guard is so good because of takedown, attacks all enemies and does a ton of damage. I think that's what it reads there, right? And then Hamstring is a really solid ability as well, right? Has a decreased speed, which is such an underrated ability. Maybe it's not anymore. Maybe you know how good it is. You watching out there, you guys are smart. My viewers are smart. But I think a lot of people underrate decreased speed as a debuff. Really solid, 30% decreased speed at a, 75% chance. And each hit also has a 75% chance when booked of decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. Like, just because it's 4 times at random, people discount it instead of just being an AoE attack. But Hamstring is a really solid ability as well, and then has the decreased defense, big version on the A1, and then has one of the best attack and dungeon auras inside the entire game. I run him as an attack lead, obviously in Spider and in Ice Golem, 35%. I use him also against a couple of the bosses in Doom Tower. So Royal Guard is certainly, we asked that question, who would you take over Hugo if you could draft epic champions? I think that Royal Guard is criminally underrated on tier lists that I see on the internet. Not that he's, ranked 30 or 40th, but people put him around the 10 spot. Personally, he'd be up there in that conversation for me too. I think that, champions like Royal Guard, even though I don't use him anymore, champions like Miscreated Monster, Madameceres, and Hugo would be like definitely in that conversation for best epics in the game. Stagnite too, even though I don't use him anymore as well. Next up is Vergis. Vergis, we just did a video on yesterday because he is the Scarab King killer. If you have a Vergis sitting in your champion vault, I'm sure some of you guys do. He sucked for a long time. And now he's really good because I put him in destroy gear so he can flex and just kind of solo, or duo, I should say, Scarab King. But you don't have to put him in a destroy set. Pierce has a reflect damage on the A2 Aegis. Oh my god. Ally protect, continuous heal, increased speed, reflect damage, and increased defense on himself. Wow, what an ability. It's a 3-turn buff on reflect, continuous heal, and increased speed on one ally. And then he has this passive that just keeps him alive forever. It has a shield on this champion whenever he loses 10% of her max HP for 2 turns, and then the active is a continuous heal whenever his HP drops below 50% on a 1-turn cooldown. It happens every turn, and an amazing aura, defense in dungeons by 33%. So yeah, I use him against the Scarab King, even in Doom Tower hard. He's that good. He's an amazing champion. I have War Master Mastery for a tier 6 on my Vergis. And if you missed the video yesterday, I'll link that. Might as well. A lot of video links for you guys. And if you want to see him tag team Scarab King, I'll include that as my game on bonus video in the pinned comment for you guys from today's video. I will show you him and Draconis duo squatting the Scarab King. Next up is going to be, now we're going to take a trip into the rares. So you guys already know I'm a huge fan of Relic Contender, but she doesn't make the list. I don't actually use her on any of my main teams because I have better options in Legendary, but that's not a knock on Reliquary. She's still one of my favorite rare champions, one of the most powerful rare champions. I just have better options like Void Legendary options or whatever, you know? Painkeeper. Use her for Clan Boss, right? I use her as one of my best, you can call her a support champion, I guess. She does have a turn meter fill on herself on the A1. She has heal, an ally heal on a 4-turn cooldown. Not a huge heal, but it's a decent heal. And you build her with a lot of HP, which I'm working on my free-to-play right now, and you get a pretty stable heal. And then you put her in a shield set, and you're getting really nice support between the shield, synergizes well with the max HP heal, right? And then Combat Texas just kind of keeps everybody doing what they do best more often, right? So Painkeeper, part of my unkillable team on Clan Boss. In terms of masteries on her, we have War Master for extra damage, of course, against Clan Boss. And then we have Spirit Haste as well, kind of the heal masteries, hugging the left side of the support tree. But we should switch this up to Retribution because we just talked about why on the Maneaters, right, and on the Seeker. So that's a change that we're going to have to make there on our Painkeeper. But either way, Painkeeper, a huge carry for my free-to-play account as well. Let's cover the other rare. I only have one other rare that I use, and it's Coldheart ×2. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail on Coldheart. You guys know she's amazing. I do choose to go Flawless Execution on my enemy max HP champions, just stacking as much crit damage as I possibly can on my Coldheart. I use her against Doom Tower bosses. I use her against Spider, and that's pretty much it. But she's so... No, Fire Knight! She's my main carry on Fire Knight as well. Now that her AI is fixed to where she does A1 into the Fire Knight shield. That's incredibly helpful. She's not wasting her Heart Seeker into the Fire Knight shield anymore. Man, that was huge. So Coldheart better than ever in this game with 3 of the Doom Tower bosses susceptible to turn meter manipulation. You can run her in Ice Golem, you can run her in Dragons, you can run her everywhere that you need a lot of damage. In Spider, she's an absolute Spider and Fire Knight. She's S tier champion. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about her. You guys already know. And then, talking about the Scarab King, it's Armager. That's right, I use an uncommon champion. I have him in a destroy set. Usually he's half naked right now because I actually threw his destroy set on Vergis. So don't look too much into the stats here. But the reason that we use Armager, and again, for the 20th time this video, I will include a link to the most recent Armager guide that we did. But he has decreased turn meter on his A1 if the attack is critical. His damage is based on defense, and Lay to Rest not only cancels revive, but it also is based on enemy max HP and defense on a 2-turn cooldown. Very good for reducing the max HP in a destroy set of the Scarab King. One of the best champions in the game, really. Armager, certainly the best uncommon champion in the game. I don't think that is in, that point is in contention. But just an overall, maybe not the best champion in the game. Maybe that's going a little bit too far there, but man, Armager's a really solid champion. I have opened 300 mystery shards just looking for Armager on my free-to-play. Still haven't got him, but I hope I do. I hope this video is good luck. I have given you guys plenty of things to think, to watch, some recommendations, and I mentioned this on my other YouTube channel, but I mentioned to you guys who hang with me till the very end too. 2 videos about time that recently have captured my attention. Nothing to do at all with Raid Shadow Legends, but one is by a guy named Arwen Ash, who I really, really love his channel, talking about the illusion of time, and one is on Vsauce, talking about kind of a different time conception and how we conceive time. has nothing to do, like I said, with the video, but trying to give you bonus videos that I'm watching that have nothing to do with gaming at the end of some of these videos. So guys, thank you so much for watching. All those video links along with my game on will be in the description below or the pinned comment. I appreciate you guys, and as always, take care, guys.